Hi everyone. Today I came into this system right here, which is clan Jaguars Invasion Corridor, in order to play another mission that I absolutely hate. And that mission is going to be another raid mission with a 120 difficulty level, which is obviously the most difficult level there is in this game at the moment. And this is not just any objective raid mission, but it's also a raid in a mega city. Okay, in a mega city, meaning that it's going to be a tiny combat zone, very tiny combat zone, very busy with enemies and enemy mechs coming at you from, you know, every directions, trying to surround you even. So it's gonna be very intense. So let's go ahead and take this contract, and then I'm gonna show you which mechs I'm going to be using for that. So
heavy weather warning is in effect, Commander.
Let's start with my lance. As far as my lance mates are concerned, once again I am gonna assign them with 3 identically built direwolves, DWF-8. This is the loadout. I've shown this many times in my previous videos. This is pretty much all I've been using in my previous videos. Because of this anti-missile system in here, which provides you with a nice anti-missile umbrella for the whole lance. So it's gonna be 3 identically built mechs. I don't have any upgrades whatsoever on my clan mechs. I didn't bother with it. And now let's talk about my mech. For me, I will take today the entirely innersphere build. It's not gonna be a clan mech. It's going to be Annihilator ANH-1A, loaded entirely with the innersphere weapons. 4 innersphere small lasers, and then 4 of these AC5 rapid fire. This is like the main star of the show in here. I absolutely love this build. This build is pretty accessible, pretty much any time of your career. It's one of my favorites. I've done lots and lots of missions with this build, lots of campaign missions. I've done everything with this mech. It stood the test of time, this particular build. So let's go ahead, select this mech. One thing that you need to watch out with this one though, you need to watch your hit very carefully, okay? It can hit up pretty well. It's actually, you know, it's got single hit sinks. I don't even have any double hit sinks here. That's because, you know, like I said, this is pretty much like early in campaign or early in career build. It's accessible pretty much at any year, provided you get to salvage it from Wolf's Dragoons. Okay, so this is my preferred build. And I've done upgrades for Annihilator. My innersphere mechs, especially assault mechs, they do have upgrades. So this is the set of the upgrades. Some people, you know, ask me how do I use level 2 upgrades for one slot. Well, obviously this is a mod, so just so you know. I will make a video listing all of my mods later. For now, let's go ahead and take this build into this crazy combat arena. So let me select what I'm taking, and my lance mates are going to pilot this Dash Ace. Alright, let's see what we are going to encounter. That's gonna be intense.
Enemy mech approaching. Enemy forces have a series of warehouses in the area that our employer wants destroyed. Move to the marked nav points and take them out. There is a high amount of hostile activity in the area, Commander, so don't stick around any longer than you have to. Target destroyed.
Daichi.
Knock that Mech on its ass.
Okay, it was worth it. It was worth it. Yeah, like I said, you have to watch your hit very carefully here. Okay, let's cool down a little bit. I think this was the first wave. This was the first wave. Enemies in these missions, they come in waves. Each of these waypoints and maybe something in between has a bunch of mechs, which are going to appear as you approach those waypoints at about 700 meters in this Megacity's raid mission. So let's approach everything here very carefully. Yes, so someone already spotted something. So let's be very, very slow and careful. And let's use the buildings as the shield. Let's take them out one by one. Okay, that was Masakari.
Target destroyed. Great shooting, Commander. That Mech's about to be a pile of ash.
Okay. Anything else? All right.
Copy. The commander's target is our target.
Target I was distracted. It cost me a component.
Let them blow up. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? No. Let's keep moving. But let's keep moving slow and careful. Very, very slow. Slower than the Annihilator stops speed.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
Oh, okay, so it looks like they've destroyed already our second objective. I think we had 3, now we are only left to do with the 1. And we have to walk through the entire area, so we will probably encounter a lot of stuff still. Who knows? Who knows? So let's be careful though. My lancemates are still in a pretty good shape, which is, you know, nice to see. So okay. I wanna, you see, I really wanna be careful with how I approach things here. Let me put them somewhere so that they don't do anything stupid. Let's maybe perhaps put them over here. Because I wanna use buildings as the shield. I wanna force everything to come to me. No, let me put my lancemates over here. And I will go into this corner just to check, to recon what's going on in here, if I see anything. Okay, I see something moving. I see something moving. There is something coming our way, which is good. Let them come your way. Don't go after them. Let them all come our way.
Let's give them what they want.
Let's put them over here.
Moving out.
Okay. So, something is coming our way already. This is Dasher, but there could be something else out there. Let's wait. Let's wait. Another Warhawk, or Masakari, as they call it. That's it for him, right? Anyone else? Anyone else? Come on in here, we are waiting for you. And I don't have any active probes whatsoever. Again, this is a pretty simple and pretty budget build. Pretty cheap mech, I would say.
On you, Commander.
Okay, let's walk slowly and carefully. Let's observe the area. Let's see if we can spot anything that moves here. In general, I try to avoid this, you know, long streets like this. But right now I am not spotting anything. Oh, wow. Wow. You see, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff in there.
Roger on that order.
Let me put my guys somewhere, because... Okay, yeah, let them come to us. Let them come to us.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Fall in on the commander.
Okay, anything else? Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
New target.
Who's this?
Vulture.
Bad dog.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden
He's
object
done.
to pick it up.
Done. Not picking anything up. Still have an ammo.
That'll make kill for me.
Okay, what else? What else? What else do we have? Yeah, you see, this is why you wanna move very slowly here. Slow speed of the Annihilator here is a big advantage, actually. Daishi, another Daishi. Oh, wow. Let me deal with him, let me deal with him. I can deal with him. Okay, there goes Daishi. Then, anything else out there?
We are rallying on you, Commander.
Okay, then some.
Lost a component. I am unable to counter these threats. Punching out.
Destroyed.
Okay, anything else? There is got to be something else. It can't be that easy. Yeah, of course. Let's shoot through the building. Not taking any chances.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Okay, let me go closer.
I've lost a component. These freebirds refuse to die quietly.
Okay, I took out his arm. What's that? Oh, did he notice me?
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Ejecting now.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Anything else? Anything else?
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
How many Daishis did I destroy so far? Like 2, 3, I don't remember. That I destroyed several Warhawks. 2 or 3. So plenty of assault mechs.
Cargo
There were
acquired.
quite a few heavy mechs so far. Alright, let's see what's going on. I think this could be it. This could be it for the enemies, but I believe we are still yet to receive a dropship, enemy dropship, once we destroy the last objective, which is, you know, usually the case in these missions. Sometimes, though, you get the dropship after the second objective. Let me, hold on a second, let's not destroy yet, let's go to this plaza, right here, to the center, because once the dropship arrives, I wanna be sure that we are in advantageous position
That
here.
was a great
Okay,
showing, Commander.
dropship, no.
Our benefactor will be pleased with our success. Now get back
Oh,
to the
yes,
dropship.
yes, yes,
ASAP.
okay, so here it is, here it is.
We're shifting to your position.
Let me make sure that they don't, you know, that they don't stomp in front of me while I'm dealing with...
Hostile mech on scope. Let's see what this pilot's made of. Oh, you got a mean streak, Commander. Great shot.
Target destroyed.
Doors are responding. Ejecting.
Keep critical.
I have laid
Alright.
clear my mech. Give those
This is it?
disgraceful cowards hell for me.
On you, Commander.
Okay, okay, I believe this is it. I believe this is it. Yeah, yeah, I think we've nailed everyone. Okay, alright, alright. Let's move on. Let's move home. Let's go home. Sorry, English is my second language. Okay. Yeah, well, let's still be careful though, because something might get stuck, and I don't have the active probe in this mech. But I'm pretty sure this this is gonna be it. So as you can see, we walked from the bottom right corner, and now we are in the left upper corner. So yeah, we went through the entire combat area, and I think we've cleaned up everything. And by the way, we did not encounter any elementals here, which is strange. Actually, no, I don't think they do have elementals in these mega cities, you know, raid missions. But yeah, these missions are very intense, and also it's the case with the innersphere raid missions in the mega city. They all tend to be crazy. Like anything that's past 80 difficult level, it can be pretty crazy and pretty intense, because these combat areas are very small and they are packed with enemy mechs, or if it's inner sphere, helicopters, eagers, all flying units, tanks, you name it, turrets. I absolutely hate these missions. Absolutely hate them, can't stand them. But we are just doing it for this channel, just to show you what kind of builds I prefer in order to pass them. My landsmates are just walking through everything. I'm trying to walk carefully using the road, but they just walk through buildings, everything, they don't care. They just crush everything. They just walk like a bunch of monkeys. So no components were lost, and
You're clear to board at
just the armor damage. On one of my legs, armor is almost gone. It's almost gone, but I'm good still. Okay, so let's see the salvage. So we've got 2 Daishis in here. Not everything is showing up in salvage though, remember that. Not everything is showing up in salvage. What should I pick up? I have 25 points, but I also have a mod which allows me to buy the excess salvage. Let me see. I have only one of these Warhags in this career, Warhag-A variant. I think I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I will pay that extra salvage fee. I don't care, which is actually more than we've made in this mission, but I don't care. I've got plenty of money in here. I can buy whatever I want. This is just, you know, for fun at this point. It's not like I'm struggling. I think I have over 900 millions in this game, so yeah, I'm gonna be losing money on this mission, but I don't care once again. So These are not all Daishis that I've destroyed, and I'm sure these are not all the Warhawks either. There were more Daishis there. I think there were at least 3 of them. At least 3 of them, because we also had one that arrived in that last dropship. Anyways, let's go ahead and see the result. Okay, so 22 mech kills. Remember, there were no elementals here whatsoever, so you cannot say that these are elementals. No, none of them. So in total we've got how many mechs? 26, right? 27, 29. 29 mechs, but there were a bunch of assault mechs, heavy mechs. I've destroyed, I remember, one Mad Cat. There were a few vultures or mad dogs, summoners, and of course a bunch of light mechs. And then there were Daishis, Warhawks. We were so outnumbered and, you know, I don't want to say outclassed. I wouldn't necessarily say so, but we were still outnumbered, and especially in that dense urban environment. It's a pretty tough mission. Alright, so damages, as you can see, no components were lost, although one of my legs looked kinda bad. Armor is almost gone, but there was still a little bit of this left. So if I were to repair, let's see, this is gonna be, yeah, just the armor, a few scratches. This guy is also just the armor, not a big deal. And then this one, also armor, yeah, just a few scratches. And then me, hold on, what am I doing? I wanted to disorder. So if I were to repair, it's just the armor, yeah, just the armor, not even a structural damage. So let's take another look at this loadout. Yeah, I have only 1 point left, 1 point of armor left on this leg. But there are no explosives. You see, this is exactly why sometimes you don't wanna put the ammo into your legs. Because if the leg blows up, you're gonna be in trouble. Well, I know a lot of people are recommending they are putting explosive ammunition in the legs. They like doing it, but I don't always recommend it. Yeah, so I absolutely love this build. Like I said, it stood the test of time. I've completed many missions with this. I even destroyed the Camstar, that final mercenary campaign. Well, it's not the final anymore. We have this Shadow of Kerensky, but it used to be the final mission of the mercenary campaign. It used to be the one where you're fighting that Camstar in the periphery. I destroyed the Camstar using this mech all by myself without any lance mace whatsoever, just, you know, as a single mech. I have a video on it on this channel. I've done it 3 times, 3 different Annihilator builds, and this was one of them. So yeah, I've done many missions with this build. Now, there are a few caveats, obviously, a few things that you have to watch out for here. One of them is obviously the heat. You saw I had a thermal shutdown once, but it was a good timing because that was like the last shot at that direwolf. I finished him, so that was okay. But you've got to be careful with the heat. Especially you don't want to use the mistake which I've done why I got that thermal shutdown is because I was using continuously this rapid fire autocannons in conjunction with small lasers. All that heats it up a lot. So if you are using them excessively, this rapid fire autocannons, try to use them without the lasers, or at least, you know, in turns, like autocannons, then, you know, shoot lasers separately and then go back to autocannons, something like this. but it's not always possible, of course, especially in dense missions like the one I've just shown you. Yeah, and the second caveat that you need to watch out for is simply running out of ammo. Okay, you have to be very careful with this ammo. You wanna use it sparingly, because rapid fire autocannons, the inner sphere autocannons, they can consume ammo like crazy. You don't wanna run out of this ammo. Even though I have a lot of it in here, looks like a lot, but it goes by very quickly. It goes by very quickly if you use these autocannons continuously. Yeah, so again, it's not me the first time showing this build on this channel. I've done it many times before, but it was only in the inner sphere scenarios. This is me the first time showing this build fighting the clans, and it did a really good job, because once again in this raid Megacity environment, pretty close, pretty dense environment, you're doing a lot of medium to close range combat, and this is where this build excels at. Long range combat, not so much. It's very difficult to hit targets, very distant targets with it, because of the projectile speed, muzzle velocity of these autocannons. As you can see, it's like 1200 meters a second, which is a pretty decent speed, but still it's not the fastest, so it's somewhat difficult to hit distant targets with these autocannons. Not that it's impossible, you can still do that, but you have to aim very well, and sometimes it's difficult to aim with these autocannons when you're shooting them continuously because of the recoil. It's an immense amount of recoil. If I were to use something like this build, if I were to use similar build for the long range, if I knew that I will be doing a lot of long range combat, especially sniping, then what I would do, instead of rapid out of cannons, I would just go with the standard ones. With the standard ones. And with the standard ones, you can actually, or burst fire autocannons too, but standard ones are more precise at a very long, extreme long ranges, like past beyond your sensor range, like let's say something, past like 1.5 kilometers of a distance. These are probably the most precise. This is what I would do if I were to snipe, and then I can also take more hit sinks, because the standard autocannons, they don't consume the ammo as quickly. And I would also change small lasers for yeah, I would probably take less ammo, and instead of small lasers, I would go with medium lasers, something like this, like inner sphere medium. No, actually, I like short burst lasers the best. Yeah, so something like this, and then just, drop a few tons of ammunition. It's gonna be enough. But anyways, it's not about that. This video is about this particular build. So it excels at a close range. It just annihilates everything. It's just pretty much, what the name of this mech is. It's Annihilator. It annihilates things quite nicely. So yeah, there we go. Sorry, I can talk for hours about Annihilators. I love this mechs a lot. As I said in one of my comments here on this channel, I never sell any Annihilators, okay? Whenever I come across them in industrial hubs, I always buy them. You see, this is how many I have of them in here, and then I also have quite a few of them here active, even despite all of this clan techs that I've got. Because Annihilator, to me personally, I may be biased, but this is like the best mech there was, the best mech there is, and the best mech there will be. That's to me personally. A lot of people don't like them because they are slow, but I don't care. It gets the job done. It's got me through so many missions out there. Anyways, this is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, have a nice day.